Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Laura Ratz, and I am a private counselor and holistic life coach, and I help you create the life that you deserve by connecting the body, the mind, and the spirit, all through self-love and self-care. Today, we're going to talk about how to heal the mother's wound. Mother's Day is around the corner, and for many of us, Mother's Day is a very special day. We celebrate it with our mothers, and we buy them flowers and gifts and take them out to eat or do something special for them because we want to celebrate them and we want to show them appreciation for their love and all they do for us. For others, there is another side of it. There is a side of disconnection, resentment, and for those who are struggling on Mother's Days, you're not alone. If that is your case, you may carry what psychologists call mother's wound. And healing this wound is not only about forgiving and moving on from the past, but it's also recovering your self-worth, self-love, and reparenting yourself so you can create the life that you deserve. And what is a mother's wound? Mother's wound refers from the emotional pain that can be caused by a dysfunctional relationship from you and your mother since childhood, which I believe the majority of mothers wound their daughters unintentionally. So it could have been that your mother was unavailable emotionally, didn't support you, didn't make you feel loved, didn't make you feel important, or sometimes even neglected you, your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, your safety, or even the trust, right? So many of us carry those wounds where we trust our mothers with something and then she goes and tells the whole family. I see that in therapy a lot of the times where adolescents always tell me, like, I don't want my mom to be telling my business. I don't want my mom to be comparing me to my sister, to my brother, or to my cousins, or to so-and-so, right? So those are little things that hurt us emotionally, but we don't even see it when we are kids. So those wounds stay with us, and we start disconnecting from our mothers. We start having that distance, that mistrust, and the wound is created. Dr. Lee Curry wrote a book called The Emotional Absent Mother, and she explains that kids who did not receive emotional support consistently throughout their childhood tend to develop self-love, self-esteem, trust issues in the adulthood, and they struggle to make connections. They struggle to build deep relationships with others, and they even become perfectionists because they learn that they're not enough and they want to do better and better and better. Why? Because their mother never made them feel good enough, supported, and loved. So when I teach my classes with parents, the first thing I do, and the one topic I stay consistent throughout the whole process, is the love and affection for the kids. No matter what the child is going through, no matter the mistakes that they're making, as long as you're making contact with them physically and emotionally, the kid will stay safe and they will feel love and they will be able to get out of that discomfort or whatever it is that they're going through. However, healing the mother's wound is crucial because it lays the foundation for genuine self-love and healthy relationships when you become an adult. So, how can we heal the mother's wound? Step number 1, you need to name the wound. If you don't know what was that you missed from your mother, you're always gonna have that resentment and you're never gonna know how to fix it because you don't know what to fix, right? So the way we can do this is by recognizing, what did I miss from my mom, right? In my case, what I missed was her presence. In my case, my mother had to migrate to here to the US to support me and my sister. Unfortunately, my dad was killed in the war and my mom was left a widow with basically 2 toddlers. She didn't have the means to provide for us. So for her, the only way out was to migrate here to provide for me and my sister. However, that broke my relationship with my mom mother because we disconnected for many, many years. And building that connection again has been extremely, extremely hard. Why? Because I don't feel that loving mother and daughter bond that most people experience when they are raised by their mothers, right? I didn't have that. So naming what you missed from your mother is going to be crucial. So in my case, I have the absent mother, right? She was not there, even though she was there working for us and sacrificing a lot of things for us. She never stopped caring, communicating with us. She was always very responsible. Emotionally, there was a disconnection, and there still is somehow of disconnection because no matter how much I try, no matter how much she tries, we were distant for a very critical part of my life. So it is normal to have that disconnection. It's you just have to accept it and build on it, right? So what did you miss from your mother? Was it a hug? Was it also a similar story like me? So there was a very critical time in El Salvador when I was born, and a lot of the peers that I know, they also lived the same experience. Their parents had to come here, or they were sent here to the US to be saved from the war. So your job is to recognize what was your experience, what was your situation with your mother. Was there anything that she did not give you? Was there a need that she couldn't meet in your childhood that you still remember, that you still struggle with? And the way you can recognize or even find out what you needed from your mother is by journaling specific moments where your mom was not there for you, where you needed something from your mom, and make sure that those moments were consistent. Number 2, you also need to name those feelings. What did that make you feel? For example, in my case, it made me feel alone. It made me feel like nobody loved me because I didn't have love from anyone. It made me feel like I wasn't good enough. It was many different feelings that I created because of the absence I had from my mom. So name those feelings that you felt as a result of that need that your mother couldn't meet. Remember, naming is not blaming. It's just feeling and owning your truth. Also, remember to always, always, always end your journal entries with loving affirmations. Remember that no matter what the experience was, no matter what happened to you in your childhood, you are still worthy of unconditional love. And that unconditional love, you can give it to yourself by reparenting yourself, building a connection with your inner child. How do you do this? Well, you need to become the parent that you needed so you can provide that safety space for your inner and wounded child. You can create daily rituals of self-love, self-care, and spirituality. You can do that by journaling, affirmations, meditation, or prayer. In my opinion, the most efficient one is to write on your journal self-love affirmations every single day, because you are rewriting the story, rewiring your brain. The story that you tell yourself is not true. You are worthy of unconditional love. You can create the life that you deserve if you apply yourself and you start rewriting your story. Another tip is to set healthy boundaries with others and yourself. Create new values for yourself. Create your story. Create the person that you want to become by reshifting your mindset, by maybe exploring new values that you want to live by, new morals that you feel you connect with now as an adult. And then lastly, but not least, number 3 is connecting with your inner child. Your inner child is that part of you that still longs for that unconditional love. You can create that unconditional love, that connection with your inner child by creating a relationship, by talking to your inner child, and start writing to your inner child. Place your inner child in a safe space in your mind, in your spirit. One of the ways that I connect with my inner child child is that I visualize a place where my inner child is safe, and I place my inner child, my inner me, in that space. Every time I want to connect with her, with Laurita, I call her Laurita. So every time I want to connect with her, I go visit her to her space. And I speak to her kindly with words of love, affirmations, and connecting with her has truly helped me develop that confidence that I now have as an adult. And lastly, I want to share with you 2 books that truly made a difference in my life when I was going through the process of creating my self-love, connecting with my inner child, and building and creating the life that I deserve, and that truly helped me connect with myself and have that confidence and self-love that I now have in my life, are 2 specific books, and I'm gonna share it with you today. Number 1 is Love Yourself and Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And the other book that truly helped me create that vision of my inner child, placing her in a safe space, creating an atmosphere around and creating a ritual before I go visit her, is the book The Power Within You by Louise Hay. Louise Hay also shares that she was abused as a child and that she was able to connect with the inner child to heal the wounds in the trauma that she endured as a child. So that book truly helps you. If you want any resources, to me, those are the best books that you can invest in to heal your inner child, your mother's wound, and create the life that you deserve. Remember, always remember, you are worthy of unconditional love, and that unconditional love is within you. You can give it to yourself. You don't need to depend on anybody to love you, to care for you the way you need to, because you have that in you. So I hope this helped, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye!